Hey, it's me, MLV. By popular demand, here is part 2 of Her, Sero Hanta, ex-female listener. His heart beat faster as the train slowed to a stop, jolting him a little as it braked hard. There you were, a pair of your favourite coloured knee-high stockings on. He made eye contact with you and warred with himself as to if he should look away or wave, but by the time he decided to wave, you'd already hopped on and had walked up into the upstairs carriage to sit with him. "Hey," he greeted you a little nervously. "Hi," you replied brightly, sitting down opposite him again, like you had last time. His eyes were drawn to your knee-highs, naturally, and you looked down at them as well at that point. You'd noticed him looking at them the last time you'd sat opposite him, but you hadn't made any mention, back then. "Do you like knee-high stockings?" you asked him. He blushed madly and ripped his gaze away, looking across to the left before looking back at you. Because I like 'em too. That's why I wear 'em a lot," you chuckled. "They look really good on you," he said honestly. His sudden, somewhat bold comment took you by surprise, and you gave him a bashful look. "Sorry, that kind of came out a bit weird. Don't take it weirdly," he added quickly. "No, it's fine. Your boyfriend likes them too, I guess," he then blurted out. "Oh, I'm single," you said sheepishly. "Same," he said with a grin, then realised just how eager he looked and sounded and quickly dropped the elated look on his face and looked away while scratching the back of his head. "You? Single?" you asked with surprise. "I find that hard to believe." He looked at you and there was a bit of a pause as you both took a moment to bask in the awkwardness of your interested in each other type comments. "Hey, I know we've only just met, but you're cool. I was wondering if you wanted to swap info, like Insta or Snap or something?" he then asked, his hand shaking with the nerves. "Yeah," you replied brightly, pulling your phone out. He quickly grabbed his too, and you exchanged details. You only just managed to get the info swapped when your stop came up and you gratefully stood up to go. "I'll see you tomorrow?" you asked with a disappointed smile. "Yeah," he nodded. "See you tomorrow." You nodded, then turned and left, getting lightly off onto the station platform and walking away with him smoshing his face up against the window to watch you go. The train doors closed and it started to head off along the tracks, and you looked to your left as it passed, smiling shyly to yourself when you saw him looking at you as it went by. "He's so cute. I hope he hits me up," you thought, as you walked off down the stairs towards the exit. No sooner had you gotten out onto the streets, your phone buzzed. "Hey, it's me," the message in your Insta DMs read. You smiled and opened the message. "Hey," you replied. I know this might be a long shot, but do you want to meet up after school today?" he asked. "Yeah, where do you want to meet?" you sent back. You both sent a few options back and forth, then settled on a cafe that was halfway between your respective schools, and then said your goodbyes. Throughout the day, you'd send each other funny memes or videos that you'd saved, and chatted about random things. All of this during class, mind you. Amazingly, Sarah didn't get caught by eagle-eyed Aizawa. Then finally the end of the day came, and you were first out the gates and off down the road towards the cafe to meet Sero. He was there already, and you greeted him brightly. "Hey, you got here quick. Did you run?" you teased him, not expecting him to try and answer that comment. It's not like I used my quirk or anything," he replied with an embarrassed stutter. "Well, I just didn't want to be late and—" "Oh, what is your quirk?" you asked curiously. This." He rolled up his hoodie sleeve and showed you his elbow, bending it to show you where the tape dispensed from. "Oh, that's so cool," you gushed. "How much can you carry? I'm assuming you can carry your own weight, but what about me as well?" "Yeah, definitely," he replied with a smile. "Do you want to ride?" "Oh, yeah," you replied emphatically. "Cool," he said, extending a shy hand to yours for you to take and step into his side. "Hold on to me," he said as he wrapped one arm around your waist and lifted his arm up, then bended it at the elbow, pointing it up to a tall building nearby and shooting out a long stream of tape to the side of the structure. In a split second you were airborne and flying through the air by his side as he expertly manoeuvred around the infrastructure using his tape quirk. His hotness level increased by tenfold by how calm and collected he was using his quirk, and you swooned silently to yourself as he took you around a bit and then landed back in front of the cafe. That was so cool, you squealed as you both dropped back down to the ground on the doorstep. It's all right, he replied humbly. You're too modest, you said with a smile, as you regretfully stepped away from him a little as you both entered the cafe, which he held the door open for you to go in first. After a really nice time at the cafe, eating and chatting together, you both had to get going home. Hey, thanks again for meeting with me, he said with a smile as you both left the cafe and stopped out the front. No, thank you for inviting me, he replied. I'll see you tomorrow, he asked shyly, pulling his beanie down a little. On the train? Yep, I'll be there, you replied with a smile. Cool. You both stood there awkwardly for a little bit, and then you turned to him. Can I give you a hug for the fly around town? You said, trying to justify your reason for the hug. Oh, yeah, totally, he replied, reaching out to hug you. He had a very fit body and you melted into him, enjoying the embrace. After a short time, you pulled back and gave him another bashful smile. See you said, backing away. Yeah, he said softly, watching you turn and walk away, the knee-high stockings drawing his attention yet again. As he turned to walk in the opposite direction to you, he balled his fist up with joy and pumped it up and down in front of his face. Oh yeah, got to hang out with her. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed part 2. See you in the next one shot.